obsessively refreshing the tracking to see where it is, and there's been no update for days, I may not have an outfit for tomorrow night.
So what's the alternative?
I don't have one. I don't have a plan B.
Feels like your plan B is somewhere on Canal Street.
That's right.
Yeah, you're going to have to figure that out.
I know.
How much money are you then spending? So you're buying 3 outfits, in essence, for one night.
Well, I'll have to try to return the first 2, I guess.
If they're sketchy websites, you ain't going to be able to return that.
Probably not.
3 outfits, one night, and none of them have arrived, basically.
Uh-huh. Yep.
There's a specific kind of thing you have to wear. You can't, like what you're wearing right now, you couldn't just wear.
Oh,
No,
my
it's Cowboy
gosh,
Carter.
Evan, no.
Yikes.
Could I wear this
You're wearing that red sweater.
Did you see Beyonce on Christmas Day? Houston Texans, Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
Did you see the halftime show?
Yes.
Did you see what she looked like? That's the theme for going to a Beyonce concert for Cowboy Carter.
That's right, CC.
That's the theme.
Is it like all denim?
No, it doesn't have to be all denim.
Suede, leather, fringe, sequins, denim and diamonds could always work, you know.
Think cowgirl. That's what you have to do.
Cowboy Carter.
No, thanks. I understand that part. So then, right now,
I'm in panic mode.
like how often are you refreshing the websites for this?
I think I've done it 12 times since the show started, and it's 6:19.
Oh my God!
This is serious business.
Why not just walk into a store?
I don't think you fully appreciate how
Clearly
important
not.
the outfit is. This is serious business, sir.
It's half the battle securing the tickets, the other half of the battle is the outfit.
Yes.
And I'm going with our hair and makeup crew, so I can't just.
Happy birthday, Anita.
Happy birthday to Anita.
Our hair
Can't
stylist.
just show up and embarrass them.
No.
Like they have their outfits ready to go.
No, the fascinating part about going to a Beyonce concert is that it's not a spectator sport. You have to be an active participant, and a big part of your participation is the outfit that you wear.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a huge part.
This is a big deal.
I bet you, I shouldn't do this, but I bet you companies will throw things at you to do that. They would love for you to wear their stuff.
But they got about
They're on the clock.
they got about 35 hours.
They're on the clock.
Contact our sales and marketing team because if you want to outfit Smalls, she's in trouble.
I am in big trouble.
There's a direct correlation to your fit check and your enjoyment of the Cowboy concert.
I want to
You're
see you
so
show
right
up
on
in a
that.
pool holes jersey tomorrow night.
A pool hole jersey.
It's like, hey, I got nothing to wear. I'm going to rock my pool holes jersey.
Okay, I'll tell you this.
He doesn't get it.
He does not understand.
He doesn't get
CC.
it.
That's why I directed this at you. So I went to Renaissance and I put together what I thought was a sufficient outfit. It was not. And my outfit was there on time. I learned my lesson that
Wow.
what I thought was appropriate for a Beyonce show was like 3 levels below where it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So this time I was bringing it. But my stuff is not right.
I feel like you have to invest the same amount on the outfit as you do the actual ticket.
Well, that's a very expensive outfit.
Oh, I heard how much the tickets
But
are.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's at that level. Like
CC.
it's
You're not wrong.
The level of investment when you're going to the Beyonce concert, whatever the ticket costs, that's probably what you're gonna have to spend on your fit or fits.
Yeah, it's just like you at the Super Bowl, leave it all out on the field,
Yes,
right? No
1000%.
excuses, play like a champion.
Yep.
This is my Super Bowl for the year.
All right. Well, you got tonight, ESPN bet. Phillies, Rockies, Phillies minus 240. You need to get to that number.
I'm taking that bet.
You need to get to that number of the tickets. So figure out a way, all in, how you can bet on the Phillies on ESPN Bet. Use promo code USL, 1-800-GAMBLER, if you have a gambling issue and the promo code not available in New York. But get the $10 in. You get $100 of bonus bets. Do it on the Phillies tonight with Smalls so she can get an outfit for Cowboy Carter because she's 0-2 so far this season on Cowboy Carter outfits. You also could bet tonight on the Knicks and the Pacers, game number 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals here on ESPN Radio. It's interesting. The question is out there, are we disrespecting the Pacers? I picked the Pacers in 7 and Pascal Siakam to win series MVP. How would has there been disrespect towards the Pacers? I feel like everybody is actually understanding how good this team is. We live in New York, so there's certainly more excitement about the Knicks. The fans, we've been very specific on our conversation about the fans. But I think everybody's been somewhat respectful of the Pacers, no?
Nobody has entertained the Pacers winning the title.
Yeah.
Well,
Nobody's entertained that. We've talked about the Knicks winning the title, what a title would mean for Ant, what a title would mean for OKC and SGA, validating their regular season and the individual accolades. Nobody has gone to the place of, well, what happens if Tyrese Haliburton and the Indiana Pacers win the Larry O'Brien trophy? Said no one.
No.
Nobody has said that.
Well, then play that out. Let's play that out. I'll say it. What happens if Tyrese Haliburton and the Indiana Pacers win the NBA championship? Rick Carlisle then wins his second title with 2 different teams. What's the reaction?
I think that we're looking at Tyrese Haliburton as a top 10 player in the sport.
Wow.
I think that's the place that we have to go to, because clearly he's the catalyst. It's the best offense in the league. It has been for the last calendar year. The biggest difference in terms of what they do is how they play defensively. But in those clutch moments, when you need a bucket, when you need somebody to step up, number 0 ain't going to shy away from it all. He wants all the smoke. He's going straight up the chimney. And I think that's the thing that has been understated about his game. And that's why it feels like this Pacers team has been disrespected, because he's been disrespected. His peers voted him the most overrated player in the league, right? I mean, outside of Jason Tatum, nobody got less burn on the Olympic team than Tyrese Haliburton. So I think that this dramatically changes how we view the Pacers, because our perception of Tyrese Haliburton is dramatically different.
No doubt. It will change everything. I do think that there is a contingent of people, not on this show, but that will say, oh, well, if Tatum didn't get injured, maybe the Celtics come back and they beat the Knicks, and then the Pacers aren't in this position. I think that there, no matter what happens with the Pacers, will be a crop of people that want to line up some sort of excuse bandwagon as to why the Pacers were able to get it done. And as far as disrespecting the Pacers, I don't think I'm doing that, but I picked the Knicks in 7 because I think it's going to be such a back and forth physical series. These teams are pretty evenly matched, but I thought if it comes down to it in the end, I'm going to go with the guy on the floor who I believe to be the most clutch player out there, which is Jalen Brunson. But then I kept thinking about it last night, and that same question was in my head. I'm like, am I being dismissive of the Pacers? Because we know what that offense is like, how punishing they are. We know the depth that they have. And we know when it comes to this series that whoever controls the pace and the style of the game is likely going to win the series. And Indiana has done that consistently.
Oh, yeah.
They've done it in the playoffs. They've done it since the calendar year turned in January. They've been that team. So even though I could absolutely see them beating the Knicks, I still didn't pick them to win. So maybe I am being a little disrespectful and dismissive of Indiana.
You know, if Indiana does go on and wins, and they face, let's just say, Oklahoma City in the title round, from a basketball perspective, that will be A+ basketball. Everybody that's not a basketball fan will rip the idea of Indiana and OKC, this is the worst year ever. From a pure basketball perspective, that would be unbelievable. I mean, all of these teams, but I'm just saying those two play such beautiful ball when they're on, moving the ball, the speed, etc., and obviously the defense. All right, coming up, we are going to go from one Iowa State guy in Haliburton to another who was maybe going to get $65 million a year in his head. But first, I will tell you where Tyrese Haliburton is from, and that is the great...
Không được ra quay nữa. Xin chào các bạn, đã quay trở lại với tay của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Tiêu đề là đất nặng. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm nhé.
Đây.
Nó.
Đó, anh lấy logo này mà. Logo có logo nào có những món viền trắng. Còn mấy góc trắng xung quanh. Rồi cái kia là một màu tròn không. Đấy, tròn không. Cái kia là có viền trắng.
Đây là một trắng. Không có mỏng không được bao nhiêu.
Cái đề này.
Đây nó hồng, nó một hồng, mỏng quét.
Cái này thì lấy cái đầu video nó
Đúng không các bạn? Tình yêu
Chết rồi. Từ đấy em đang xong từ sáng là nhiều người vào hỏi thăm em lắm.
Nó cứ ngồi nó cười tủm tỉm suốt từ sáng đến giờ.
Lười vợ khối gì vậy? Đến giống kia kìa.
Lương mong đây của anh. Ui mẹ. Lương mong ngày trước hả? Gì nó khác bây giờ? Ca